my mind and help my living. To ease my mind, help my living, that would be something today. I'm going to tell you a little story. Snowing here in Connecticut at the moment. Lots of snow. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you could hear me. I can't really see a thing. Is there a way for me to get a better view of this? I don't know, because I don't like this view, but unfortunately, I guess that's it. Is that all I got here? I can't see. Oh, here we go. I'm maximized on there, but I still can't see a freaking thing. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're able to hear me and see me. This is insane. So basically, I called Optimum online because I've been having nothing but issues here. As you guys know, we get disconnected all the time, and TVs disconnect. I don't watch TV, but my kids do, and the TV disconnects, all that stuff. So I called Optimum. They said, you know what, look, I actually called to cancel Optimum. I said, look, I'm sick of this. I can't stream. Every time I go live, I get disconnected. I get bandwidth issues. I'm trying to put on a live creation show, and my music sometimes will be right in the middle of a moment, and it kind of skips because there's all this weird stuff going on. So like, we'll send someone out free of charge to come and take a look at your system. So I'm like, great, Saturday to come by. Okay, it's today. So he gets here, I think it's around 2 o'clock. Immediately, we recognize the issue is likely my modem. It's an old school modem. So he says, you know, we'll replace the modem for you. Replaces the modem. Then he says, you know, we have some weird blackout thing going on at Optimum where we can't connect the system right now. It'll be about a half hour, 45 minutes. Like, that's fine, sir. I just need to be on the air by 10:30 for my 1,831st day in a row. This is the longest running streak on planet Earth. I can't have the streak come to an end because you guys don't have my service figured out. So he says, don't worry about it. We got you. About an hour later, he comes in and he says, look, we're still having these issues. The modem's in. I got to come back, but like, we're going to get this. As soon as it's up and running, it'll be about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You'll be up and running. I'm coming back tomorrow. Make sure everything's good. I said, all right, but I got to get on. Make sure we're good by tonight. You'll be all set. I take off, drop my daughter off at an event, come back, and I see a notification. It says, Optimum online service has been completed. Take a survey, let us know what you thought of the service, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's good. I see service is complete. That means they must have updated and finished off our router, our modem. I walk inside. I see we have internet everywhere. We got internet everywhere. I'm pumped. I'm eating. It's dinner time. And the phone rings. It's Optimum Online. I'm like, I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, why am I picking this up? Everything's working now. But the guy said, we have to make sure everything's working correctly. I'll come back, blah, blah, blah. So I pick up the phone call. The guy says, this is Optimum Online. Sir, we need you to restart your router. Matt Zabrowski, can I get a woohoo for Saturday Night Live where we're doing some weird green screen show? You see the green screen? This is what TikTok looks like sometimes, or Clapper. When we were doing live on Clapper, this is what they were looking at, my green screen. So anyway, Optimum says, we need you to restart, do a hard reset of the router. I said, sir, everything's working. Why am I going to reset the router? Right now we have internet. No, you have to, because there's something wrong. It's not right. We got to do it. The tech is on his way. He'll be there at 8 o'clock. I'm like, wait, he's coming back? It's snowing. Yeah, no, he's going to be there at 8 o'clock. He's on the way because your TVs aren't going to work. And I'm like, I don't really care about the TV. I need the internet. He says, no, just restart it. Everything will be fine. I get the internet up, and then we're gonna hook in the new stream boxes. So now you have a full setup. You have your TVs, you have your internet all set up. I said, sir, I really am feeling a little nervous about restarting this because we have internet. Don't worry about it. All right. I put the pin inside the freaking modem, and I shouldn't have. I knew it. I felt it. I was like, why am I doing this? It's working. System reboots. Nothing. 20 minutes later, he's like, "This is taking longer than usual. I don't know what's going on." We've done everything we can on our side. When the tech gets there at 8 o'clock, he'll do the last piece. So you're ready to roll. I said, wait a second. Why isn't it working now when it was working right before you called me? Oh, well, the router, something with the modem, and the only guy who could fix it is the tech. Don't worry, he's on the way. He'll be there in about 15 minutes. I'm like, okay. Start getting my kids ready, cleaning up. And it's like 8:15 now. And I'm thinking to myself, well, he said he'd be here in a few minutes. That was at 8. So I call Optimum. They don't pick up. In fact, I get a message that says, your system is disconnected. Would you like to connect it now? Yeah, I want to connect it now. What the hell? I didn't ask for my system to be disconnected. Push 1. Optimum Online is closed. We open again on Monday morning. Yeah. So now I call the guy who's the tech, a very nice guy. A couple things bother me. I like to tip everybody. I'm somebody who feels like if you're going to go out and do anything for someone, I tip. So it tip well. You always tip people well. And so this guy, he didn't even finish the work. And I tipped him well. And so I said, look, I appreciate you helping me get this fixed. I need to have this ready. I need to get my service worked out in the garage in the barn so I can do my show. Don't worry about it. We'll get you up and running, Mark. I called that guy. He didn't get back to me. But he did leave me one of his manager's number. He said, look, here's my number. Here's my manager's number. So I called the manager. Manager's like, hey, what's going on? I said, well, we had internet. I get a call from somebody at Optimum saying you need to restart your modem, and now we have nothing. Oh, sir, let me. What's your address? Let me go. I'll take a look in the back end, see if I can figure it out. So then I said, okay, I'm going to restart the router because he said, why don't you do that? Restarted it, and I sent him a text. I said, nothing. Still just seeing these two lights. So he calls me. He goes, sir, he's like, I'm trying to figure out. Look, I'm be honest with you. There's nobody coming back tonight. Like, what? He goes, there's nobody coming tonight. I don't know who told you that there's somebody coming tonight. I don't have that on my list. I have someone coming tomorrow. Someone's coming to your house tomorrow to get this figured out. I'm like, wait, I had internet. Why did this guy tell me to reboot it? And he goes, what did he tell you to do? I said, he told me to take a pin and reboot the system, hard reset. He goes, oh, and I knew that. I knew immediately. I was like, I'm totally screwed. He goes, I don't even see your system. When you rebooted that and when you did a hard reset, you disconnected yourself from our systems. I don't even see you. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Why the freaking hell did this guy tell me to do that? He goes, I don't know. Do you know who it was? I was like, yeah, Gary. And so he's like, oh, yeah, well, you want to send a message and say what what happened here? I said, yeah, I'm going to tell you what happened here. We had internet. Guy tells me to hard reboot the system, gave a freaking nice tip to his guy who came here. And I'm sitting here now in the middle of a snowstorm, nothing, no internet, no TV. And we're potentially going to be stuck here tomorrow as well. No internet, no TV. They say someone's coming tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. I can't imagine in a snowstorm, people are coming out here first thing on a Sunday morning to fix my internet. So I'm probably without internet, without a TV till Monday morning. But what bothers me most was the lie. Well, get this guy. Okay, look, you made a mistake. You told me to hard reset my system, and then you realized, geez, I shouldn't have told him to do that. Instead of taking accountability for his actions, he goes, oh, no, we've done everything we can on our part. Don't worry, the tech, when he gets there in a few minutes, will do the rest. A few minutes? He's on the way now? It's 7:43. Yeah, he'll be there by 8 o'clock. Well, that's 17 minutes from now. Guys, it's 11:35. The guy didn't come. Nobody showed up. And it wasn't until that nice gentleman who did his job properly said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I like when someone starts with it, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to know what's going on. I had internet. I got kids that are like, I can't even communicate with anybody. I'm like, guys, we're back in the Stone Ages for a night. In fact, I didn't even think I'd be able to go on the air. I was really pissed. I thought to myself, I've talked to this guy. I said, buddy, do you know how long I've been live? I show up every day to do this show, and I have no internet? What am I supposed to do? And he's kind of a sweet guy. He goes, look, I'll offer if you want to come over to my house and do your show and broadcast to keep your streak going. Come on, you could come over to my house and use my Wi-Fi. I said, buddy, I appreciate that, but I'll figure this out. Even if I have to just go live for a minute and explain what's going on to everybody and can't put on my normal show. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I'm hoping that this is coming through clean because I am using my Rodecaster, and it did say that it's using my Rodecaster for audio, which does mean that I should be able to do stuff like play music in the background and still put on a normal show minus the actual background. I was trying to actually fix that too, but it wasn't working. Let's just see. Hold on. Let's just see if it will allow me to here while we're live. I doubt it. I kept trying and it just wouldn't work. Let's see. Yeah, no, it won't work for some reason. And I think I have it as I have a green background clearly. I mean, it should work, but it's not working. So anyway, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I think we're having fun regardless. I just wanted to see if we could do it. Uh-oh, I just did something now. It may get disconnected and maybe we aren't even on the air anymore. I have no idea. Why did I touch it? Sometimes you're doing a show, everything's fine, and then you get handsy, start touching shit, and then all of a sudden you destroy the show. Maybe killed the feed. I don't even freaking know. I think I may have killed the feed. I can't get in. I can't see a thing. It's frozen. Frozen freaking screen. The background didn't matter, Mark. Why did you touch the background? Oh, goodness. So, guys, may have just killed the show. It's a good chance I killed the show because I can't see anything here. So, sorry. What the freaking hell? Why isn't the audio working on my guitar? Well, we do have a guitar here. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to use any of it tonight. I don't know what I just did. Freaking screen is frozen. Unreal. And I can't even check to see if anybody sees this. Hold on, I'm going to try to do something here. It's not a good idea, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, wait a second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, guys. Don't know what I did, but it's not good. I'm going to try something here. If we get disconnected, I'll just go live again. Unreal. I'm not touching a thing if I get back on the air. If we get on the air, I'll be pumped. I'll just, staying the way it is. We're just keeping it simple. What the freaking hell? We're on a roll. It makes me want to cancel Optimum even more. Like you messed up the feed. And then now I don't know what the hell I just did because this is not working. On? You're still on! Woo! I don't know how this crap works. We're working with OBS and rolling directly through the internet. The old interwebs. So, guys, I'm not sure if this will even work here, but I do have to say. It is cold. It is cold. I'm not saying outside. I'm saying in here it is freezing. I got to put that heater on. So I will say, hopefully tomorrow we have a normal signal and we can do a normal show. I don't think it's going to be possible. I'll probably be doing the same weird show we're doing right now with the green screen backdrop. But I intend on Monday morning to be with you at 9 a.m. and then again in the evening. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to do one show per day for 1,800 plus days, but I feel like this inspiration, positivity, and speaking from the heart show should be a morning show. Just don't feel like we have enough that brings us together in this world early in the day. And yeah, there's lots of great shows out there that do that. But I don't know any that create songs in the moment and try to create live improv comedy as well as speaking truth to power. So within our uniqueness, we bring something to this world. And if people enjoy it, they'll come back for more. I think the one thing I can say is this soul searching that I've been doing for 5 years in a row every single day has led me to uniqueness, has led me to something that I can honestly say is one of a kind. Every show is better than the show before. And I don't even know how to do that. I have no idea why it keeps happening except for this mentality of mine, which says, yesterday's show was amazing, but today's show is going to blow that freaking show out of the water. But even as I finish that last word, water, I'm thinking in my mind, yep, but tomorrow I'm bringing C4. So it's like I'm always trying to one-up myself. I don't have any competition as far as I'm concerned because what we do here is extremely different, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it's like I don't give an F thing type of thing, but I feel like it is.
if I can switch this and go back.
I'm hoping that worked. I don't know if it did. I just gave a little flipperoo. No sound, bro. Let's see if I can. Oh, I'm zooming in a little now. I've been silent for the last 10 minutes. Gosh almighty. Well, I got to say, I appreciate you guys. Is it working now? Let's see. Does anybody hear it? There we go. Oh, God almighty, guys. I just spent the last 10 minutes telling you something awesome and you missed it all. Secret to life, you know? We went over it. Had a conversation with God. He told me to tell you guys one specific message. He said you could only say it once. You only have to share that message once. You know, and then once you get through it, the people will be elevated to the proper level for enlightenment. You know, but you can't say it twice. Only once, Mark. And guys, I did it. Like, where were you? It was a good one. It was a good one. It really was. I actually was just telling you guys how much I appreciate you, and I appreciate the support. We've been doing this for so long now, and I been getting a lot of really cool feedback from people. One of our new subscribers said, "Hey, thank you for this news story. I did one of these news stories, and I think it was the one on the Maxine, whatever her name is, and they said, thank you for giving the full detail, like sharing the entire story. I really learned a lot here." I was like, cool. Thank you, because I think it's a better way of doing the news. For a while, I was just doing like hey, the sky is blue. Have a great day. Make sure you follow. And like, it was short and get the little quick point out, but it wasn't really, there was no content to it. There was no depth. And I don't know if the guy subscribed, but someone sent me a message and he goes, where's the juice? Like, okay, you said the byline over your head. Like, give me the story. I want to learn something when I'm watching content. And so I kind of thought about that. And I was like, man, I just don't have the ability to read that and have it look like I can't go and let me read and then come back to the camera and let me read and come back to camera. I'm like, no, I need to be able to teleprompter it when I'm doing a story. And so that's where I took this to a new concept of getting a teleprompter app where I could take these stories, pop them on the screen, and then I'm still reading them in real time for you, but I'm literally reading that script, giving you the full news story. And if something to me seems silly, I'm making a joke out of it. And so now we have really full, in-depth, content-rich news stories where the background is changing constantly using my green screen to just show the thing I'm talking about. You know, oh, Harvard principal Maxine Clay, whatever, and then over my head you see her. You know, and so these are these stories. And I got to say, one of the things you missed, I was telling, and again, it was part of that God thing, the secret of life. You missed that. But the other thing I was saying is this Maxine from Harvard, she is now going to be a professor. She's a professor at Harvard making close to $1 million a year. Yeah. And the thing that's interesting about that is she's being accused or has been accused of plagiarism. Now, why do they keep her? If she's, and I saw, they showed the two things, like this is what was in a law review, and then this Maxine, the former president, said the same exact thing. Plagiarized. And so, but no, she's going to stay a professor close to $1 million a year at Harvard after she wouldn't even take a stand against the terrorism that took place. So, okay, I did the story straight. In fact, somebody responded as if I was on the left. Someone responded like I was part of the radical left. They're like, yeah, well, yeah. And I was like, wait, can you just tell me, did you think that like I'm part of the crazy people on the left? And I was like, I actually hope that you say yes, because those people, they won't, you know, like I'm just like off the map for everybody. Actually kind of be kind of cool if people on the left were like, yeah, this guy's on our side. You know, I'd be like, great, guys, let's get going. I'll just keep it straight all the time, get them here so we can get them in the music, get them to connect, and maybe open up their minds to the insanity of this world, you know? So what I have to say about this Maxine lady is interesting, because I've had a couple of people say to me, well, why would they allow her to continue on? And I kind of say the same thing myself. However, there's a funny joke to say to that. Guys, your current president was also a plagiarist, and he's the current president. So you could do a lot too in life if you plagiarize. You can become the president of the United States, or be the president of Harvard, and then eventually be a professor at Harvard, only getting there because of your stealing somebody else's work. And Biden, the funny thing is, in my Donald Trump show, and I did this And this is part of the reason why it's just this small group here every day is because I opened up the world to the truth in 2019 when I did the Donald Trump show. I found every single thing bad Joe Biden ever did in his life. 54 years of being in office, it's pretty easy to find 4 hours and 20 minutes of content. And guys, this movie is worth you watching because then it will at least give you insight as to why I'm where I am today. It's not because I'm not creating good content. It's not because my songs suck. It's not because writing songs in the moment is just a shitty idea. It's because all of those things are great ideas and the world needs that more than ever. But somebody who can really reach in and tell you what's going on is a real threat to the people of this world. So, the Donald Trump show, you should watch it. It's 4 hours and 20 minutes long. You should roll something up while you watch it. It's that freaking hilarious. You know? I mean, like, you have to imagine when you're sitting there watching Sleep Sofa Joe, 4 hours, 20 minutes. Donald J. Trump winning big league, you know? You get a bonger out there. You're doing it with your friends, ripping them down. You know, hey, Johnny, do you got that special goodie? Yeah, I'm gonna get that lid, man. Who are you talking about later, man? Hey, man, go get that lid, right? Did you get Cheech and Chong in the house? You're Cheech and Chong in it to the Donald Trump show, rolling up and jumping a douche, right? Everybody's doing it. You're passing it, pass, right? That's what everybody's hoping for is a puff pass, you know. But there's that guy who does the puff pass, and you're like, dude, what the freaking hell? The half of it's gone. You just sucked it down. You guy brought like a muffler system, sucking it in, you know. Guys, you got to get in when you're doing the Donald Trump show because that will just really make you pee your pants. And bring your pee pad. That's right, I forgot about that. That's the last detail. You want to make sure you have the pee pad because there's lots of peeing going on in the nether region, and it eventually just leaks down to the hiney butt. You know, so keep that in mind. You don't want any pee-pee by your hiney butt. But you do want to laugh at the Donald Trump show. At least go watch and get a couple kicks out of it. Oh, I want to say hi to Alien Believers in the house. Larry, how are you, my friend? Helen, so good to see you. See if I can actually scroll here. I can't scroll. Virginia's in the house. S. Coop, thank you so much for the donation and also for letting me know that I'm sitting here talking to nobody for 10 minutes. You guys really did miss some really good stuff, though. I mean, every time I go into it, there's just something weird going on. I'm talking about something, you know. And I really don't remember what I said, unfortunately. It wasn't the secret of life, although sometimes I think when we're chatting, it is the secret to life, just us connecting. I started thinking about these. I found these in my room. I'm here in the studio here. I got two of my game balls when I was a kid. I was a pitcher, and I was reading them because I haven't seen these since I was a kid. Really, I mean they're always here, but I never really look at them. My son's a pitcher now, and I was thinking about something. I'm like, you know, I hope he one day he has a couple. I hope he has a lot of game balls, you know, and that he could one day look at them and remember when he accomplished whatever it was that he earned that ball for. And I looked at this one and I'm like, man, this is insane. First of all, look at the ball. This is game used ball. I pitched this ball. I pitched this ball in the game. You see the lace, the thread is like all ripped up. And this ball right here was Dodgers versus Giants. I pitched and struck out 12 people. I was 3 for 3 at bat. We won the playoff game, and I also won my 10th pitching game. This is my first year playing baseball. I fell in love with the game. I fell in love with baseball. I fell in love with being on that mound and kind of being able to move at my own pace. And I like most, I was a knuckleballer. And it's interesting to me. It's like this guy who created this drum that no one's ever seen and writes all these songs live in the moment. I could scroll back and go back to when I was a kid when I had no idea I had any creativity. I had no idea. It's just a guy who loved sports. But on the mound, I was always doing something unique. My pitching windup was insane. Just to bring my leg up over my eyes, I turned my shoulder completely so I wasn't looking at the plate with my leg up over my eyes. And then I come back hurling this thing And then once we went to the 60 feet 6 inches, I just was small. I never got big, so I couldn't throw hard. And that's when I worked on the knuckleball. The knuckleball was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun throwing. What I'm really pumped about now is that I'm teaching my son how to throw the knuckleball. And I feel like just like it came so easily to me to pick it up, I said to him, because he's throwing it. He's a lefty. I'm a righty throwing a knuckleball. Whatever. We've seen it a million times. A lefty throwing a knuckleball. I don't think I've ever seen a lefty throw a knuckleball before. When my son throws the knuckleball, and he's not great at it yet, it's moving still. It's too much movement still. But every once in a while, he's throwing it where it's moving a little less than normal. And I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell is that? Because it's coming from the left side. There's this crazy movement I've never seen from my own self when I'm throwing the thing and it doesn't even move. Sometimes I'm able to get it so it doesn't even move. It's just flying through the air like this. And so I'm pumped he's taken on that interest in the knuckleball. It is the best pitch in the world. Nobody ever expects to see a knuckleball. Never. But I had to take it one step further again because I was small and I wanted to make sure that I could make an impact on the mound. And again, I still don't know why no one's ever done this. But I would, when I was 1-2 or 0-2, even sometimes 2-2, because I felt really good about it, I'd go into, if you guys remember who Dan Quisenberry is, he was this sidearm pitcher. And what he would do is he'd literally come down like submarine pitch. And so that was my other sneaky pitch. Fastball, slider, knuckleball, Dan Quisenberry. That's the sickest freaking like arsenal I've ever thought of in my life. I'm throwing a fastball over the top. I'm coming in, like I said, where you got me over the head as I'm blocking, and then all of a sudden I'm coming through with this thing, knuckleball, slider, and then every once in a while I do this, and then I come all the way down. I'm submarining the freaking thing. Woo! Man, that was fun. I miss pitching so much. But you can see there's a couple of I actually showed myself pitching a few times here on the channel. I dropped it. You have to go back and look. It's probably like 2 years ago now, but there's a couple of slow motion pitches. You can see my pitching wind up. And it's not what it was when I was 16 years old. Can't get my knee up as high as I used to. But you can get the feel of it. You can see it. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that because not only is it pretty cool that I have this ball here and it says the information from the game. This one was the 6-0. This is when I was 6-0. I won 10 games on this one, but apparently I was 6-0 when this happened. I pitched 3 innings, had 7 strikeouts. My ERA for the season was 0.000. Nobody had gotten a hit on me yet in this season. 6-0. That was pretty sick. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a bunt, and 3 steals. I was not a good batter after this. I'll tell you a pretty interesting story. Because I was doing this thing where I knew I could get into the batters' heads if I had some crazy looking windup, that kind of worked against me because when I saw somebody else with a crazy, weird windup, I would think they're doing the same thing. You know, they're just trying to get into my head, and then they'd get into my head. This kid Pavia, remember he was Portuguese too. I can't remember his first name, but Pavia is on the mound, and he had this weird thing where he'd kick left and right when he'd be like this weird kick left thing, and same thing, he'd turn away, and when he came back, he looked wild. He looked really wild to me. And then he just so happened to hit me twice in one game. From that day forward, I always stepped out. In high school, I always stepped out. I was always nervous someone was throwing at me because this guy hit me twice. And it's like, I can't believe that I let myself go there as a batter. I just never felt confident again at the plate. I got my hits, but I always stepped out. I got my hits while stepping out. If anything was over the right side of the plate, I was out and I couldn't get to it, you know? So I fast forward, and my son is about the same age when this happened to me, and he gets hit 3 times in one game. And I was like, oh man, this kid's done. He's done. He's never going to bat well again. He'll just be a pitcher like me, you know? And this kid showed me some real perseverance to, like, even though that happened, and I know it jarred him, you know. A couple games, he's kind of still, it was in his head, and then somehow he put it aside. And I think it's because I say certain things to him. Like, there's a guy named Anthony Rizzo, for the New York Yankees. He played for the Cubbies first, and now he's with the Yankees. And this guy's an interesting guy. He's had cancer a few times. He's beat it. I don't know if he beat it or how he did it, but he's really cool guy. I like this guy, Rizzo. But what's really interesting about him is he'll stand at the plate and kind of like faces the bat. He faces, what he does is he's kind of like this. He's like ready for it. He's kind of like facing the pitcher like this. And then he gets like this when he's about to swing. But he's always like kind of facing the pitcher. That dude will sit there and not even move if a ball's coming at him. He'll just sit there and take it. 95 miles an hour, 98 miles an hour, 96 miles an hour. He'll just sit there and take it. He'll take his base. And I said to my son, buddy, if you could do that, if you could take it, if you could see a ball coming at you and just be like, I'm taking this for the team, that's when you know you're going to be a great batter, because then you have no fear about getting hit. I don't know anybody who could do that. So if you could do that, kid, I'd be very proud of you. And he's shown himself to be a really, really tremendous batter, but also he's a lefty. Like I said, there's something really cool about seeing a lefty, having a son who's a pitcher that's lefty, he throws it lefty. It also is, again, it's kind of weird to me. Someone can maybe answer this one for me. Why is it that a lefty can't play in the infield? Oh, because because it's easier to throw this way. To throw across your body's tough. Is it? Is it? I've seen many people who shouldn't be at short, don't have the arm to reach the guy at first base, but they're righty. My son could fire that freaking thing in from short, running in the pocket, and then hurl that thing in and beat the guy to first, but he's a lefty. It's just a stupid reason. Oh, we don't put a lefty at first. He plays first base, he pitches, and he plays in the outfield. Like, he's a ridiculous shortstop, but because he's lefty, you won't let him play short. It really bothers me, because that whole concept only matters if you assume both people have great arms. It's very hard to find a team of great arms. You got 2 lefties on a team, 12 righties, and maybe 3 really great arms in the right, and maybe you get lucky if there's a lefty who has a great arm. There's actually this other kid who was like 6 feet tall. He was a lefty as well. They put him in a few times at short, which I was like, good. But it's because he was 6 foot. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. They come up with these rules and who's going to be eliminated and who's not welcome. And I told my son, I said, look, just get ready. You're going to only be playing outfield, first base, and pitching. They just won't let you play anywhere else in the infield. You can be the best shortstop in the world. You can have the best arm in the world. But if you're lefty, and like I said, I get, okay, the ball's coming at me, and I'm just going right to first. I'm coming up, and I'm going to first. I get it. But what's the big deal with coming up, and then I'm going this? I mean, if my arm is ridiculous and I'm lefty, I don't freaking care where the ball is. We both have to throw the ball. We have to throw the ball first. This guy, what about, I always make this case to people who are like, well, it's because you're lefty, you have the ball, you got to throw it across your body. Okay, well, what about those people who have to go this way to get the ball? Oh, I'm running this way. And then they have to come this way to throw the ball. You don't say to them, well, if the ball goes to the left side of the field, we have to have a lefty in there. You just keep the righty in there. He still has to turn his body. He still has to flip his body to throw when the ball goes to the opposite side of him. So you're implying, because my son's lefty, that he's never going to be able to beat the throw to first base, because as the ball comes to him, he's going to have to then turn his body to throw. He's got to turn his body and then throw. No, that's so stupid. Because actually, if he's running this way to get it, then he can grab it and do a spinneroo, or just freaking flip his body real quick. Again, it all matters how good the arm is. But on a team like his, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, there's 3 guys with a sick arm. 3 guys. Oh, my goodness. 3 guys. Desert van life in the house. So glad you made it, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry, this is a totally different show than we usually do. Usually we've got the green screen working, got the guitar out, comedy, all kinds of stuff. Tonight we're just kind of rolling seat of our pants here. And I'm actually kind of glad at least we got this working, because I really didn't think we were going to even get a feed going tonight, Ah, goodness. I wonder if I could play you guys something at least while we're listening, while we're hanging out. I don't know why I got into baseball. I mean, honestly, I've been kind of going with my son and working on some stuff, like for his spring baseball. That's the thing we never had when we were kids, is to continue to work in the off season. And that's something that's really cool. He gets to do that. There's cages. There's this area at the cages we can go throw a ball, work on some stuff. And it's probably one of the coolest things, I'd say, is seeing my son play baseball as well and taking an interest in it. It's probably one of my greatest joys as a father. And my daughter played basketball today, and even that too, I played basketball. So to see her playing basketball, it was a great joy to see her out there and really getting into the game. Gave her a bunch of the old man's tips, how to throw an elbow. That's a good one. You need to know that when you're an 8-year-old. If you're not out in the court throwing an elbow to get that ball, dunking it. There was a girl on the other team. What the fuck? Right? She was ridiculous. I had parents, they're all sitting around going, this girl's like a WNBA player. What is she doing? She was like 6'2". Not really. She was big. She's bigger than everybody else. She was shooting like Steph Curry shots. Like, I could not believe this. I'm sitting next to one of my daughter's friend's fathers, and I go, who is this? This girl's going to get recruited like tomorrow. She's 8 years old, guys. Ridiculous. She's like dribbling up the court. She's like, fade away, I joked with them. I was like, guys, I knew we were in trouble when she laid out a perfect baby hook. They started laughing. But the bigger one I thought was like the WNBA comment was classic, Lady goes, what did that lady, did she just make it from all the way back there? I say, which one, the WNBA player? And so she started laughing. But guys, yeah, she was a ridiculous. It was like Leslie Jones out there, whatever her name is. Leslie something. I don't follow the WNBA. Guys, I don't even follow the NBA. I know a couple players. LeBron James, a whiner. Steph Curry. Draymond Green, I think he plays with Steph Curry. I know those names. Because basketball is just not the same after MJ, Joanne dropped the game ball. Do you think you can pick that up for me? Joanne. Guys, she's here wheezing. It's just like... Joanne, we have to visualize you tonight. We have to visualize you. We can't even see you. Can't even see you. So, I'm glad we got a show in, guys. Glad we got a show in. Tomorrow, I hope these people show up from Optimum. Did you guys get the Optimum story? I hope you got the Optimum story. Helen in the house, thank you so much for being here. My brother Verte. Guys, please do me a favor and subscribe to Verte. He's always keeping us in the loop with the Schumann. If you aren't down with the Schumann, I just got to question your interest, in resonance, in frequency, in vibration. Yeah, Verte, because Verte's up in Rhode Island, right? Verte, I think you're up in Rhode Island. It is completely ridiculously cold. Ridiculous. Desert Van Life with us, guys. That is so awesome. I'm going to play something for Desert Van so he at least knows what we do here. And you don't get to see this, unfortunately, because we're doing this green screen madness today, but hopefully you'll go back and watch a show or watch some of my songs. There's a couple four or five music videos. The Star Wars one. If you like Star Wars, man, it's one of the best things I've ever done. Like you see Darth Vader and Rey gets in the fight with the Emperor at the end. That's probably the coolest moment. Anyway, this is a song I just created about 4 days ago and then edited. This is the final version. I'm really into this. Whenever we get the beats out. People come back down. Come back down. Don't know if I ruined it by playing along with it, but I won't touch the stars. I do love this vibe, man. Before I come back down. Oh, goodness. I won't touch. Good tune. Good tune. Right, guys? My man Ron Tyler in the house. Another amazing individual you should be subscribing to, people. My man Ron Tyler. So I think we did it, guys. Another really awesome show, even though 10 minutes of it, the audio was completely wiped out, and you missed the message from God. He literally channeled it in. It was a one-time only message. He said you could only say it once, and the people that hear it will be enlightened. But if I say again, it's like an Uno card. No good. No good. So you guys missed it. You're going to have to lip read. Go back and lip read, and you'll be in, a good state of mind at that point. Remember, there are 209 songs like what you just heard on iTunes and Spotify. All you have to type is Mark Pyers on iTunes or Spotify. There's probably about 400 songs on the Mark Pyers music playlist on the Mark Inspires channel. And every night we write at least one song, except tonight we're kind of dealing with this interesting green screen effect and not having any internet. So we do our best. We really do. I can't even go in and say, goodbye to you guys. I can't even see. Is there a way for me to see who's on with me? Nightwind in the house. Let me see what this says. How am I able to see? Let's see. I got Virginia. I got Nightwind. Andrea O'Neill. I'm seeing my brother Ron Tyler. Mark is a reporter. Yep, from time to time. I'll literally do the reports, guys. I will do the reports whenever I can. But I appreciate you guys being here with me. And if you do, I said this the other day, but if you guys have any topics you'd like me to hear me cover, whether it's political or something really out there, I want to cover all kinds of stories, I want to do full detailed news stories like you've seen about the craziest topics, but I need you guys to give me the ideas. Tell me what you want me to do with UFOs, you want me to do something on the pyramids, whatever. Leave me a note after this show if you can. Comment on a story you'd like me to do. It could be simple, guys. Oh, do a story on mummies, whatever. Pick a topic for me to do a story on. I'll go and find the story and do it for you. And you could say when you hear it, that's interesting. I asked Mark to do that, and he did it. Yeah, I'm doing it for you, literally. All you have to do is leave a comment, and I'll do my best to read it for you, whatever story it is. I also have to read a handful of Bible verses for you guys, so tomorrow I hope to do that. We have a couple Chronicles, a couple in Psalms that we still have to read. A couple people have asked me for different insights to see what the 1775 Bible says about certain topics. So we're going to get into that. If you can, make sure you share all of that Bible content and remind people that I'm going to be going through this thing. We're going to be bringing it out a lot this year. I just don't know when because this is a live improvisation show. But usually I'll take it out and read a verse or two like we did last night. So this is just definitely different for me to be able to not do the show like normal, go live and jam out the way we usually do with all the... I mean, I do have all that stuff here, but it's a little off tonight. It's the internet thing really pissed me off today. Really did. Especially after tipping that guy. Like, what the hell did I tip him for? Why did I... Yeah, you didn't finish the job. I lost internet service. Knuckleball. I'm throwing a knuckleball. They coming out tomorrow, I'm throwing a knuckleball at them. Just the way I roll. Schumann, my brother Verte, Trish Killian, I got Ron Tyler, Nightwind, S. Coop, Andrea O'Neill, anybody else out there that wants to say goodnight, please do so now because I cannot see the participants. Can't even get on the air right now. So, doing our best. But tomorrow I'll be back. You got to go away, yeah. The song's on iTunes too. You can listen to this. Desert Van Life, my friend, you rock. Leisure number 7. I really hope to see you guys tomorrow when we do this all over again. Day 1,832 in a row of the Mark Inspire Show. And thank you so much for being here, especially all of you new subscribers. I got Helen. Thank you so much, Helen, for being here. But I met Desert Van Life today over on Hilly's channel. I love Hilly Billy, as you guys know. He's one of our family members here. He's been with us for years now. And I try to tune in whenever I can to all of our family members who have shows. I'm trying to sell real estate to make a living because I can't make... S. Coop, thank you so much for your donation tonight. But this isn't a show that makes me any money. So, I'm always trying to make a living selling real estate, so I don't have as much time to hang out when I'm not doing my show. That being said, I had Hilly on today while I was dealing with all this other stuff, and I loved the prayer. I loved the prayer that Hilly said today, and it just made me realize that that's why Hilly and I connect. We connect because he allows himself to be vulnerable, and he shares personal details about his own life, and then he's willing to pray live on the air for people, for everybody. And I love that. I love that. This show is a prayer. Every single day, it's one long, continuous prayer for 1,831 days in a row. And that's why Hilly likes my show, because I'm here every day echoing the same sentiment. The entire show from beginning to end is intended to lift you up and connect you to something that is so powerful that they want it to be destroyed. It's so powerful that they fear you harnessing the knowledge and the power that comes along with it. And the beautiful thing is when you find those out there that truly believe. They believe in their faith. They're so passionate about their belief. And to me, that's another example of providing hope. Hilly provides hope. And so I continue to do my best in this world. I don't have answers. I just come here and I allow the moment to take place. I don't even think about these things up front. Just come out here and allow it to happen. But some forethought would actually make sense, especially with where we are today. Can't go through life just winging it, As my old mentor, one of my mentors said, only the gifted few can wing it. There's a mixed bag there, Because I don't necessarily think that what I do is winging it, although not having a script for 5 years in a row every day is essentially winging it. But when you show up to create, to inspire, and to elevate minds, then you're not really winging it. You're showing up to do those three things. You're showing up to inspire. You're showing up to elevate minds. You're showing up to provide a connection for a world that doesn't have a daily connection every day of existence. These are the things that become the pillars and the foundation of the Mark Inspire Show. And then you all are a foundational part of this show. When people discover what we do here, they're going to rely on you guys to inform them. What is this show about? What do we do here? Oh, guys, we elevate minds. We lift each other up with positivity. And Mark will just go nuts and do some stupid, crazy stuff. You remember when you were a kid and they had that monkey with the stupid symbols and the dumb hat on? Yeah, that's Mark. The dude just gets up there and does the most ridiculous stuff. 9 feature films, probably over 1,000 songs. But it's because I don't fear, or I just don't freaking care. You got to get to a place in life where you're like, I'm going to fully express myself. I really don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Because if you start caring what people think about your creativity, you'll never be creative. You'll never step out of your shell if you continue to stay in a box. So, first step is dismantle the walls of that box. Understand that it's made of freaking cardboard. All you got to do is push. You got it. All you got to do is push. You're through. Get a whole world beyond where you can fully express self. And guess what? If I'm like, that's not very good, who gives a fuck what I think? I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what I think. If I'm not being supportive of something you're doing creatively, you should tell me to go pound sand. You should say, look, I don't create so you could, the guy who can't create, come here and try to rip down the person creating. I mean, you're living in a world of creators and destructors. You know, it's like a 50-50 bag. And the creators have this awesome group of supporters, but then there's this whole, I guess you would say it's like antithetical. Everything about it is just taking a whole other approach. Okay, you're a positive, I'm a negative. You want to save the world, I want to destroy the world. You want to make people laugh, I want to make people cry. And it's like, eef, you know? So all I can say is that I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that the moment continues to breathe here on the Mark Inspire show. Remember, when 2 or more are gathered in his name, that's what the show is. It's a live moment taking place every day with the creator of everything that we know of. Every person we know, every detail we love in this world, even the things we hate. That creator's here in the moment because we're together. And that phrase was taken out of context. It's not when 2 or more are gathered and they're praying to God. It's when 2 or more are gathered and they're praying to God together in the moment, because God is there with them. Like, you could pray to God and I could pray to God, but if we're not connected and we're not doing it in the present, we're just thinking it, like, oh, I really hope God does X for me. You have to step aside. Sometimes it requires closing your eyes so you can be absolutely there in that moment. But when you are in the moment, you are in the presence of God. And the more that you can join, you become this superpower for God. I told you, if we were to take the reality of that statement and put it into mathematical terms, what it would mean is, just for example, this is just to give you a feel. Trish Killian, Virginia. Jordia, how are you? So good to see you. Ron Tyler. Oh, my friend. Yeah, the Bible I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Unfortunately, we have this issue with the stream here. So I'm going to be probably wrapping it up here because we're at an hour. And I can't really see anything. This is like mental that I'm doing it this way. But I can't let the stream come to an end. But so if Jordia's here, and Virginia's here, and Ron Tyler, and Jordia, I just want to explain to you the takeaway from that Bible, just so you understand. Yes, that Bible has been with me every single day since I started this show. December 31st, 2018. I've been live every day since. And that Bible has been with me the entire time. The Bible belonged to a Revolutionary War soldier who fought alongside with George Washington. And to me, that is like the greatest reason why I have this thing. How long have you been streaming for in general? I started the show December 31st, 2018, and I've been live every day since. I didn't go live before that. So I put out my first piece of content on YouTube in 2009, and then I forgot about it for 9 years. I lost the username information because I had a Net Zero account, if you can remember that. I had the Net Zero account, and then my system, I don't know, Net Zero folded or whatever, and I couldn't get back into YouTube. And 9 years later, the 3 or 4 pieces that I did put up sort of went, not viral, but they had like 100,000 views because they'd been there for 10 years. And a bunch of comments of people being like, hey, what's your next video? You're Christopher Walken's funny. And I'm like, oh, guys, 9 years later, I'm responding to all these people, and nobody ever got my messages. YouTube blocked every message I sent to these people. I don't know why, still to this day. I should probably go back and try to comment to all those people and see if they'll let it through this time. But all those people were like, oh my God, I had no idea people saw this content. I lost track of it, 9 years. But December 31st, 2018, I started this show because I didn't like my year in 2018. It just seemed like it was not a very good year for real estate. So I was like, I think I got to go on and remind people what makes a real estate agent, remind you to hire me when you need to buy or sell real estate, and give them tips on how to be great real estate agents and home sellers and buyers, details that they need to know when they're buying or selling real estate. And very quickly that transformed into what you see today. It's about 6 months. It's about 6 months in, I stopped doing only inspiration and I went to songwriting and comedy. So actually, I think it may have been a little bit later than that, actually. I think it was close to my end of my first year, so close to 300 days in. One of my friends, Luke Mindpower, I haven't talked to him in a while. I got to try. I'd love to get him on the show. He's exploded. But Luke was a buddy, and he was on my show, and he goes, when are you going to start doing your impressions? And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, I want to hear you do Christopher Walken. I was like, wow, start doing that. And he's like, do Scarface. It's the first time I opened up and allowed my comedy to become part of the inspiration. And from that day forward, I was like, you know what? He's right. What am I hiding? I got to be me. I got to do my impressions. I got to do my music. I got to do everything here for you guys. This is the ultimate variety and positivity platform. Like, you got to bring it all to the surface. It's got to be fire every day. And therefore, what you show up here for is the unknown. Just don't know what the hell Mark's going to do today. But Georgia, I wanted to make sure you understand one really important detail about this Bible. It's amazing, and I'm going to be reading it a lot going forward. In fact, I intend to read the entire Bible for you from 1775. A Plays came in last week, and I'm taking this from A Plays. She wrote in the chat, came for the Bible, stayed for the Mark Inspires show. Because the Bible brought you to the thing they want you to never find. Think about that. There's information in that Bible they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to know about me even more. They still keep me from you, and the Bible is out there. Keep that in mind. Why? Why? Maybe there is something really unique about a show that's live every single day and it deals in pure light. Maybe there's something really scary about that for the evil of this world. Wait a second. Can't control him. Don't know what he's going to say. He's intelligent enough to see what we're really doing, and he's speaking truth to power. And he writes songs about us. 209 songs. There's probably about 140 of them are about society. Masked Up, Mandate This. They're all on iTunes and Spotify, guys. But you have to seek them out because they'll never let you see it. And I'm not, there's some weird conspiracy theorists. I've been live for 5 years in a row every day, and I can't get more than 15, 20 people with me when I'm live. So it's not conspiracy theory. I am a threat to the man, and the man will continue to step on my throat every day I go live. The only thing that would be the saving grace is if you guys say, are you kidding me? We'll never let that happen. We're going to make sure that everybody knows this show exists because this is the pure light opportunity for everybody. We could step away from the darkness and shut it off for a minute. That is getting into the moment, being here, 2 or more in the name of, and that is beautiful. And like I said with Hilly today, it's like we're all there in the moment. I found myself, I had my eyes closed while Hilly's in the middle of his prayer, and I'm like, yes, Yahushua, yes. So I do want to remind you guys, and I haven't really taken this to the next step yet because I don't know what I'm going to do with this. What are your goals in streaming and making videos? Well, if you look, you can't see it today, but my motto is to effect a positive change one person at a time. And so that's my goal, is to effect real change in this world. Ron, thank you so much. Yes, Ron promotes the show. He's the man. I got to get on Ron's show. I really want to have a chat with him. But the concept of the show is to show up every day and provide a message of positivity and a place where people can interact and connect in the moment with, real creativity, real in the moment creativity. And the ultimate goal really is to do it to a point where enough people show up that I can make enough money to do this and not have people say, what are you still doing this for, when you can't make any money at it? I'm not a 20-year-old. If I was, it would be easy to say, I go do this every day, but I'm a real estate agent. That's how I make a living, and I don't make any money for this. So I'm just wasting time every day in the world's eyes. It's like nobody spends time on things they don't make money on, except for Mark Pyers. So why? Why is he doing it? Maybe he truly doesn't want to make a difference in this world, because I can't break through any walls here. I am doing it mentally on a daily basis with you from all angles, but I can't break through the crack, that small crack that's there. And it's just like you take the chisel, no matter how many times you hit it, it gets like thicker. It's going in the reverse manner. But like I said, for me, it's to get to the point where there's some sort of income coming in from YouTube advertising. And by that, they play all these ads when you're watching my show. That should generate me some money so I can pay some bills and I could justify doing this show every day. So that's the real ultimate goal, not to go out there, and I'm not looking for fame. It's interesting because I don't want to lose my anonymity. I like the fact that I can go out in the street and no one knows who the hell I am. It's actually pretty cool. Like, it's funny. I went to go get pizza the other day, and I was thinking to myself, like, man, this would be really weird if like things did explode with the show, and like I go in to get pizza and I can't even just go get a pizza anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really down with that. I just want to affect a real change in this world, and the people who do find this show to say, you know what, let's get some more interviews for this guy. Let's see if we could build out this platform, because that would get us to that point where we're actually doing something that's a little bit more than hobby here. I don't play video games anymore. I did when I was I did that when I was younger. It's funny. I haven't played a video game in maybe 10 years. My son's really into them now. It's funny. I'll walk in to say goodnight to him or whatever, and he's in the middle of playing the game, and I'm like, I have no interest anymore. I used to love playing games, video games. Grand Theft Auto 5, when that came out, I was like one of the first people to buy it. I was like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto. And once I started doing my own creativity thing on a daily basis, stopped watching TV. It's been 5 years. When I started the show, I shut off the negatube. That's what I call it. I've been live every day since. And I'm like, screw the negatube. I never want to watch TV again. This is the greatest thing in the world, is that every day I put on my own TV show. And it's like, whatever we do here is our time. This is our opportunity to do whatever the heck we want in the moment. Like, I don't have anybody tell me I can't do this. I can't say this. Well, they do. They just don't let anybody find it. But I say it anyway. And that's probably why we are where we are. I'm the one who's explaining things like color doesn't exist. There's one race. We are all one color and shades of said color. And that there's nobody out there that I know of that's phobic of anybody who wants to be something that they're really not. They're phobic of falsehood. They're phobic of lies. They don't want to live in a world where they have to affirm lies. That's it. That's simple. I don't give a shit what you want to do. I want you to do what you want to do. I want you to be happy. I just don't want you to tell my kids how to be happy, and that what you're doing is what is the way to happiness. It's not. Ending bloodlines is not the way you get happy. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work out. It may take you 15 years to realize it. And that's the other thing. You make a major decision change in your life, and then you will look back one day and regret that decision. And this is why I say the opposite. Some people get to that last thing where they're like, look, you know what? I can't handle it anymore. I got these bills. I got this relationship that ended, blah, 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 and I'm going to end it all. But you should never do that, because there will always be a day in the future where you look back and have gratitude that you had the strength to keep going. The flip side, when you make a decision like altering your body at a young age when you're still very confused, which, guys, this is like a freaking news alert here. Who out there knew who they were before 20 years old? Nobody. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows who they are until they're like 25 usually. Like, oh, geez, I like that. I didn't buy a guitar till I was 18. I wrote 209 songs. Think about that. Never played an instrument in my life until I was 18 years old. And since then, I've written 209 songs on iTunes, 1,000 songs on my show, but I didn't even know I had any musical ability. If I was a 16-year-old kid and someone told me, hey, Mark, you're X, Y, or Z because we saw you doing this thing, I wouldn't know. I would believe them because I didn't even know I had a musical ability at all until I was 18 years of age. So when it comes down to it, there's nobody that I know that has a hatred for any groups. They have a hatred for people trying to whitewash truth. Nobody wants to live in a world where they have to pretend something is different than the truth. And then they get berated or canceled for saying, no, wait, that's not right. I joked with you guys, but it's really true. We're living in a time where you can go to a room with 100 people and someone stands up and says, hey guys, I decided that I'm a zebra. And a bunch of people go, she's a zebra, she's a zebra. And if you happen to go in that crowd, guys, she's not a zebra. She's a girl. She's not a zebra. Racist, xenophobe, you're a bigot. No, I'm just phobic of falsehoods. Use it, guys. Just give me credit when you do. I told somebody, guys, no one's talking about this. Why? Why is anybody saying that? They want to go after the trans issue. They want to go after these people and say that I have a problem with the thing. I don't have a problem with the thing. You do you. I'm not going to have you live a life where you're miserable. However, you can't go and change society to meet your radical ideology when you're a group of 5 people out of 360 million. And I say that loosely. There's more than 5 people, but it's not the majority. It's a minority. The majority always rules. You can't change existence because of the small minority of people. So, thank you, Kill It and Grill It. Manufactured division, indeed. We talk about that a lot in these songs on the show. But guys, what a show. We did it again. Tomorrow, reading the Bible for you. I'm going to do that for sure. I'm sorry I couldn't get to it today. Now I'm getting tired. I'm going to get some rest. Gosh, went a lot longer than I thought I would. 1 hour and 21 minutes. You go away, yeah. If you guys can, please check out the Beat Seat. BeatSeat.rocks. That's my invention. I patented it. And I build them and send them out right here from Fairfield, Connecticut. Now I'm cutting the wood as well. A lot of really cool stuff going on for the Beat Seat. Love to start selling some more of those. And I will be back tomorrow when we do it all over again. Until then, Jay, Ron, Kill It and Grill It, S-Coop, anybody else out there, I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. My man, Leisure number 7. Thank you, S-Coop, for putting that out there. I will be back tomorrow for more insanity. Let's change the world, people. Terraville in the house, Virginia. Oh, goodness. You may want to go back, but there's a 10-minute spell apparently where I lost the volume. We'll get it back tomorrow, guys. Until then. You got to go away. You got to go away, yeah. Love you guys. Have a great night.